Okay, so if you haven't watched the full ScanGrip video, make sure to go check that out. This is the OG spec ScanGrip and Fenix lighting package that I think you'll want. And if you watch that video, I talked about how I'm such a huge fan of having an iPad. I spec it out, I buy it, and then I put it on the counter and it stays there forever. And I never get it out again because I use my MacBook Pro because I'm not a baby, I'm a grown-up, and I need to type stuff. So I want every ScanGrip light. I want them all. I want to have them all. I want to use them all. I want to have them in my cabinet. But then when it comes time to actually use the darn things, I never end up getting them out. So these are the products that I actually use. These are the ones that I use every time I'm polishing. I use these for a lot of other tasks as well, cleaning the interior, stuff around the house, the power goes out. So these are the products that I would suggest. This is the package that I would suggest that you might want, unless you're just a baller that has infinite resources. I think these are the lights you're going to want. So let's start on the left here. Let's start with the Fenix light. And you'll notice I have two flashlight-like type products next to each other. So the Fenix light is going to be, I think of this as, this is their Swiss Army knife. So we can use this anywhere. We can use this around the house. We can use this camping. You can use this hunting. You can use this whenever you want to use it. I use this as my sort of final test light. For whatever reason, the output of this light is amazing, and so I use this to decide. I use it a lot when I'm doing a test panel polishing. I use it to really figure out if what I'm doing is actually working. This will really help you to determine whether or not you're doing the right thing when you're polishing. And then it's made out of aluminum. The way cool thing about it, I like even more, is I have the Obsessed Garage logo. So this is the OG spec PD35 Tactical. Fenix has dozens of lights. So if you're fortunate enough to stumble upon Fenix at some point in your light, you'll know that their flashlights are great. But then which one do you choose? I've had a dozen of them or so in the past. This is my favorite for polishing cars. If you haven't checked out, go check out. I have an actual Fenix video where I dig into this in a little more detail. But there are essentially, just to simplify this for this video, there are 5 different modes of output. Depending on what you need to have done. This is very, very similar, almost identical to the PD35 2.0. In this case, I chose the tactical version. I have the 2.0 in the cabinet as well. They're so similar. I can't even tell. The differences are so subtle. I can't even tell with them in person. I sat there for hours trying to figure out which is the one that I want to choose. And either one of them are fine. I chose the 35 Tactical. The Tactical has a mode where if you hold the button down, you get a strobe. So you get a very strobe option, which you probably will never use. Certainly wouldn't use it polishing, but you may use it if you're trying to signal somebody. So the flashlight is standalone. In the package, I include a charger. It's called the ARE A2. So it's a lithium-ion battery charger. So this, again, doesn't come standard with the flashlight. I'm including it in the package. And then I'm including 2 batteries. And these are the 3,500 milliamp batteries, which are milliamp hour batteries, which you would charge in the charging unit. I don't believe they make a single charger to fit these batteries. Otherwise, it would make sense to have a single charger. I like to have one battery on the charger and then one that's charged and one battery in the flashlight, so I can swap back and forth. The flashlight's $72 standalone. But these are $22 a piece. The batteries and the charger's $25. So pretty reasonable cost-wise. So in the kit, in this package, I'm including the flashlight, You know, it comes with a little hand strap, comes with a case, you know, a belt case if you wanted to put it on your belt if you're a super nerd. You know, I'm a nerd, but I draw the line at putting cell phone clips or flashlight belt things on the belt clip. So it comes with that. Comes with a couple extra O-rings, an extra push button for the back. It'll come with the little battery cases and then charger, and like I said, 2 batteries. Is what this main OG package would come with. So then your logical question would be, you know, why in the world in this kit, Matt, are you including 2 flashlights? Because the ScanGrip, this is the MatchPen R, which is another 60 bucks, 59 bucks. Why would you want that light if you already have the Fenix light? This light is different. It's aluminum, so it is metal, which makes it feel nice. It's rechargeable. So the battery doesn't have to come out of this unit. You simply use your USB charger, stick your charging cable in, and you can charge up the pen by plugging it into the wall. This one has an adjustable lens, so I can adjust from 10 degrees up to 40 degrees. So I don't know, I just find sometimes this light works better. The other nice thing about this light is it does change color temp. So it changes between 6500K and 4500K. So you have options. You also have the option to change the output as well. Oh wait, does this have, I forget if this has, no, single output, that's right. So it's on or off. There's no output changes. So it's nice to have the adjustability of the Fenix, the brightness of the Fenix, but the ability to adjust the lens of the ScanGrip. It's a little bit more, this is a tool that you're gonna use for polishing only. The Fenix is more of a jack of all trades. So that's the Swiss Army knife. This is the, I don't know what you want to call it, the specific knife designed for filleting fish, or like a boning knife or something like that. So this is a very specific option. Super stout, really nice. Even the push button is aluminum. So I would suggest this. It comes in the package for another 59 bucks. You'll have this for a really long time. I like it much more than the regular pen light, which has been so popular from ScanGrip. I just think this is their next iteration. It's a really great option. Then we have, and I should have charged this up. It was the one thing I pulled out of the box that didn't charge up. This is the iMatch 2, 2 color temp settings, 4500 and 6500. The battery's dead on me here. The other option is you can go 50% or 100% light output. And the final option on this overhead lamp, the cool thing about it is there's a sensing mode that you can turn on or off, where if you wave your hand back and forth twice in front of it, it automatically turns on, so you don't have to push or hold the button down. You can just do a quick wave on, quick wave off, and I'll show you the function of that. We'll charge this up and grab some B-roll of it, of showing you how that works. But this is I think it's 89 bucks as part of the package, which is, I think, a nice option to have. I don't use this for polishing. I know a lot of people like to try to look through the polish. I can't see that very well. I don't know. I don't get anything out of doing that. So I like to have a light that I can hold in my hand, which is the reason for the SunMatch 3 or the flashlights. This I'm using more for cleaning up the interior, or you know, chasing my kids at night or something, playing laser tag. You know, so this is a mountain biking type light more than it is a detailing light for me. But I like having it. It's not super expensive, and you're getting a high quality piece of equipment. It's rubberized around the edge, so if you did bang it on something, you're not going to damage anything. And it is rechargeable. The battery is internal on board on this. Next light is the SunMatch 3, and I've been torn on this because I really like the MultiMatch, which is a smaller version of this. The reason why I like to have this light is has different color temp settings, has 5 of them instead of only 2 like the MultiMatch. It's not that much bigger. They've really slimmed the profile down on the SunMatch versus version 1 and version 2, so it's slimmer. It's not that much bigger than the MultiMatch, and has this really cool LED on top, so I can use it as a flashlight. it's not color, it's not adjustable. So this is a single LED. I believe it's at 4,000 Kelvin. But then you have the various modes. And again, I'm going to use this light usually at a 45-degree angle opposite of where my eyes are. And I have the option to do 100% or 50% output by just tapping the button. So off, 50, 100, off, flashlight on the front, 50, 100. And then if I hold it down, I can switch between, there's 3,500. You keep holding the button down to switch from 3,500 all the way to 6,500. Otherwise, it starts over and works its way backward. So this thing also has a magnet that's a super stout magnet where I can adjust and twist. You know, you can mount it, and it comes with a charging base. So what you would do is you'd plug into the side your USB charger, leave it plugged in next to your Milwaukee drill charger, and then you don't have to plug this in. You just stick it in the cradle and adjust it. So SunMatch 3, I think it's pretty sick. I really like it. It's 150 bucks instead of 90 bucks for the mini match, but I think it's worth the almost double the cost, even just for the flashlight on top. I just think you'll find using this for a lot of different applications. This I use a lot, believe it or not, when I'm like working in, like I was like doing the intake on the 1M, and I'd kind of put it down on the side of the firewall and let the light just sit there, and was able to illuminate what I needed to illuminate in that specific spot much better than I could with any other type of light. So this thing you'll use for all kinds of stuff, not just polishing. And then the final light, I talk about this a lot in the main video. This I think you'll probably use least out of all of these. But the thing I like about the MultiMatch R, it's a lot smaller than the other ones, like the SunMatch, the D-Match 2, which I've had in the past, and then now the SunMatch 3 and SunMatch 8, the big ones. So this is the MultiMatch R, which I really like. I just think it's the right size. You can hand hold it. My hand's kind of a weird size, so it kind of pokes me in the wrong spot. So I wouldn't hold it like this, but you could hold it to, adjust and figure out what you wanted to look at. You can tripod mount it, so you can get the ScanGrip tripod. There's a, you can pin mount it. This doesn't work with the ScanGrip magnets, so don't make that mistake and try to buy the magnets. But this has the same 5 color temp settings that the SunMatch 3 has, from 2,500 up to 6,500 Kelvin. This also has 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100% output, onboard battery, and has a USB charger. I guess one of the main disadvantages to this is it has a short cord, so you'd probably need to use it with an extension cord that's very simple and not very stout. So if you were going to try to put this on the tripod and use it all the time, that would probably lead me to the SunMatch 3. But this particular thing is, I don't know, this is like my iPhone. I use my iPhone all the time. I want to love the iPad, I just don't. And part of the thing that's so nice about this as well is the magnet function, where I can magnetically attach it to, in my case, the lift, or I can attach it to my cabinets and use it for whatever's necessary. But this has 1,200 maximum lumen output. The SunMatch 3 is 3,000, so more than double the light output. Again, you're not using these type of lights to light up the room. You're using these lights as a pinpoint light, as a reference light, so you can look at the reflection. So these lights aren't designed to be like behind you and backlighting. These lights are designed to be used to see imperfections. And so I found the bigger lights to be less necessary. So that's the main OG lighting package, around, what did I say, 565 bucks. You can buy this stuff all a la carte, so you can buy it however you want. But these are the lights that I have in my cabinet that I use. This is certainly a luxury. You could get by with just one of the flashlights and do a whole car. Shoot, I sold all my ScanGrip lights while I was waiting for all these new ones to come in when we did Bryce's Miata. I found myself wanting some of these other lights, but I didn't have them. So all I had was my Fenix light, and we were still able to get the job done. So you certainly can get by, but this is the package that I would suggest. The add-on to this, which is my favorite thing I found in a long time, you can add on in the drop-down, you can add on doing the line lights. And so there's the Line Light R, which is, I can't explain to you how cool these things are. These get me fired up. I almost wanted to bag all this and just talk about these lights. This thing is incredibly light. What is the actual weight of these things? It's, just to give you a reference point since you can't touch it, it's 0.48 pounds. So this is 0.48 pounds. This entire piece here is 2.2 pounds. So this is the Line Light bonnet. So you can put this on your, you can put this on the interior, putting it on the, the edge of the doorway. You can put it on the hood. But this is the Line Light C plus R, or bonnet C plus R. They also have one, so this has 48 LEDs. This has 16 LEDs. They make a 24 LED, which is in the middle of these. But the coolest thing about these, other than how stout they are and how light they are, this is aluminum, this is an acrylic. The coolest thing about these is their adjustability. So this one has a flashlight function on top, and then I turn the switch the opposite direction and I have a full LED light. You could use this to light paint if you were, if you were a photographer. And then the big one, so this is the biggest version. So this one doesn't have the top light, but it does have a 50% or 100% and 50% setting, so you can adjust the brightness. And these last for hours and hours and hours. You do have the option to plug in. So notice the bonnet comes with a bigger screw type power cord. So this one you would use to, you could use this one if you were using this one all day. You may want to plug it in. But the C plus R, which I don't have yet, I'm waiting for it to come over from Europe. The C plus R is just in between. I think you want all three of them, and I think you want all of these other pieces and parts that they make. This is the gooseneck, magnetic gooseneck. You won't need to buy one of these, so one of these comes with the Line Light R. So I will give you options in the drop down to add if you wanted every light that I think you should have. The 3 line lights, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 various handheld lights. Those are what I think you should have. You could buy the tripod and some of the other lights if you wanted to, but I don't know. I think that I would, if I were you, unless you just have infinite resources, in a perfect world, you buy the darn iPad for the one time you take a United flight and they don't have the darn screen. But I fly Delta most of the time and they've got a screen for me. So 90% of the time I'm carrying my darn iPad around and not using it. So this is like, I think, your iPhone. I think you want all of these. I think you're going to use these often. And so this is the lighting package that I would suggest. This is the stuff that I use all the time. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll probably make so go check out the main video if you want all the details of the whole ScanGrip line that is part of the that's in the OG store, not my hand-selected stuff. And check out, I'm going to make a flashlight-specific PD35 video to show you the differences between the 35 and the tactical and 2.0. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more crazy. I'm going to keep chasing this stuff. I've read that darn catalog about 75 times, so thanks for watching. Catch you soon. So if you haven't watched the whole so if you haven't watched the entire ScanGrip, take 3. I don't like that either. Take 4. Okay, so if you haven't watched the entire ScanGrip video, God dang it. I don't normally do this. You ready? Take 5.
Not the same track. It's way worse.